back to the MS Podcast. I am Steven Salmon and your co-host,
Greg McCoy. Welcome back, guys.
Greg McCoy. And we took a little bit of a sabbatical. I had hernia surgery. I am back and I have a belly button again.
That's good. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
I saw some videos. It was touch and go there for a while, but
10
we're glad.
years without a belly button, and I'm back.
We're glad that you're back in action.
That's right. So we're going to start fresh with a podcast focused on
Ethical opportunities.
ethical opportunities.
Doing the right thing.
And so when you have customers in your business, you are the decision maker. You are the one that's going to be putting a service or product in front of them, and you have a fiduciary duty to make sure they get the absolute best quality product for their hard-earned money. And there's a lot of corners you can cut, whether it's a service-based business or a product-based business, but you must make sure that if somebody's spending their hard-earned money on your product, you are absolutely giving them what they think they are buying, right?
Yeah, it's we've talked about it a lot. You have to create value. There has to be an honest exchange, or you're just tricking people, and that's only going to last so long. People will only be duped, and like you said, most of us cherish our hard-earned money. It doesn't grow on trees, right? So we're going to trade that for a supplement or a gym membership or whatever that is. And if we don't feel like we're getting more back than what we're giving you, It's over, man. It's not going to last very long.
That's a really good point, is making sure that whenever they do make the purchase of whatever service or product it is, that there's so much value attached to it that there's no buyer's remorse attached to it.
Yeah.
And so how do you go one step further and make sure that customer feels like their money they spent is going to go and service them the way they want or deliver what they actually bought. And a lot of that transaction, a lot of the service that comes with that starts to get delivered after the purchase. When somebody purchases one of our products and they walk away, that's when we start servicing them. That's when we start following up. That's when we start checking on them. That's when we start make sure they have the information and the tools they need to now reach the destination. Because if you buy one of my products and you think that you're going to lose 20 pounds, you're fucking wrong. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Those days are over. Like, you could get away with that in the past. Just, deliver, okay, here's your protein.
Yeah.
Pat them on the back, have a good day. But companies nowadays, man, they're addressing training and recovery and nutrition, and you have to solve people's problems. And well, like as a gym, me and you are both different parts of the same problem. I'm selling the fitness solution, you're selling the nutritional supplementation solution, but we each need to worry about the other pieces of the pie, because our competitors, the 24-hour fitness down the street, they're gonna give them a nutritional program. They're going to try to sell them reoccurring supplements. They're going to try to address that whole person. So if I'm not, I need to worry about that. So the days of just like doing your little thing are over. Like, of course you need to be good at your one piece, but you have to try to solve their needs, their problems. And that takes more than just your one exchange.
I'm going to tell you a huge trade secret right now.
All right.
Fat burners are a myth. They don't fucking work. They don't just burn fat. And what they will do is they will help suppress your appetite. They will help give you energy. They might help lower a little bit of cortisol, all the good things if they're formulated right. But whenever you take that pill, if you don't count your calories, if you don't watch what goes into your mouth, if you don't go on the treadmill and actually do some work or get out there and do some work, you're not going to lose any fucking weight, man. Yeah. And that's where we start delivering service and education post-sale. And that's where we really drive the value home.
Yeah, and that's hard because losing weight is hard. Building muscle is hard. Our customers have goals that are difficult. And to tell them that is, that's not what they want to hear, right? They want to hear, if I take these 2 scoops of protein a day, I'm going to get bigger, and that's it. And it's not that easy. And so we got to educate them with the risk of demotivating them a little bit on how hard it's about to be. But when in fact you have all these pieces together, the nutritional supplements is a big part of their success. as is the gym. Like you can't do it without the gym, and you need the supplements to really maximize what you're trying to do. Like they're essential to the equation,
Yeah.
but you can't just take the pills and expect to see it, right? Like,
let's talk about that though. Let's talk about when you have your gym doors open and somebody walks in there, or if you have a supplement store, somebody walks in there and they're 75 pounds overweight. And it took up so much courage and so much energy to, instead of spending that extra $100 they had in their pocket to go do something fun or go buy this or go buy that, they mustered up the energy to walk into your gym and ask for help. And how much trust that takes and compassion it takes from your end to look at that person in the eyes and truly believe in them, because this might be their last chance to ever make a fucking change. Ever make a change, and it can go left, and you could change their life and give them a new source of energy and happiness, or it could go right and completely wrong, and they fail because the person behind the desk doesn't give them the help they need, or scuffs them off, or is discouraging, and all of a sudden they have a life that's just horrible.
Yeah. I mean, we try to do our best to just make sure we're providing what they need.
Yeah.
We'll lead them to water. They're going to have to drink.
Yep.
But, and something I presented in our last trainers meetings actually was a graph. Maybe I can reference it in the show notes or something, because I don't remember the name of it or who made it. But it's about the emotional roller coaster when you're experiencing change. Mm-hmm. And so when someone signs up for the gym, or when they're buying supplements maybe for the first time or the first time in a long time, they've got an optimism. It's naive, but they're excited because they know change is on the way, and they're excited about that.
Sure.
Then things start to dip because they start to get a taste of reality, and they're like, this is harder than I thought.
Yeah.
This is going to take more work than I thought. The results are going to take longer than I thought. It continues to go down to what the creator of this graph called the Valley of Despair, which is like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yep.
It'd be easier to turn around at this point.
Yep.
And then most people will quit and repeat the cycle over and over and over again. They'll wait until they get that gust of wind to get excited.
Yep.
They'll go buy the subs, they'll buy the gym membership. 6 months later, they've quit.
Yep.
It's not until you can push them past that valley of despair to when they start to be like, hey, I'm seeing some changes here. Like what I'm doing is paying off. And then, enough payoff over time. And then you've got someone that's changed their lifestyle and will have results forever.
I love it.
Yeah. I actually, when I was reading this topic, I was thinking about opportunities. I think we have entrepreneurs that listen to this podcast, right? Or people that want to be, or even if you're in a career and you've got to take chances. But I know, and I'm sure in your journey too, there's been opportunities that you had, business opportunities that were less than ethical. So like, I love drug dealer movies. I love watching them. One, I think that on the positive side, you watch people hustle and take risks and do that. But I always have the same cycle of emotions with drug dealer movies. Like, they have this huge rise and they're just living it up. And it's like, I think I could pull this off, like they're evading the cops, and then they get busted hard. And you're like, all right, I'm going to stick to the straight and narrow.
You'll sleep much easier at night if you do some ethical business.
Yeah, but that's like, those opportunities are out there. And the truth is, given enough time, there are no shortcuts. If you try to cut the corner, it's going to catch up to you. And you're better off just watering the grass that's like legal and straight and isn't doing people wrong. It's not trying to burn people, because nothing's going to catch you in the end. Because you can get there faster if you cut corners, or if you do something that will advance you quicker than you can do ethically. But that was when I was reading that, our topic list, that was what jumped out at me as like, I've said no, thankfully, to several different things that could have, put money in my pocket in the short term or sped things up in the short term. That, thank goodness in the hindsight, I did not do.
It's not worth the risk, man.
No.
Everything catches up to you.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be illegal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think doing people wrong is a big one.
1,000%. You burn bridges in any industry, you'll quickly realize how small that industry is.
Yeah.
And if you think that you can burn some bridges and get away, fuck no. See you in 5 years, bud. Somebody will remember.
Oh yeah.
It'll catch up to you.
So definitely on the legal side, but you know, treating people right, and as to your point that you opened with, you know, you got to do your customers right. You can't shortchange. If it takes years to build trust and seconds to lose it. I mean, you could have a customer that's been with you for a decade, and you could be one bad product away from, you know, them not feeling that same way towards the brand.
Yep.
Because if they feel like, you know, that hard-earned money got wasted, or you took advantage of them in some way, like that, you can lose the trust like that.
1,000%. We were looking at this product that we were having sourced from overseas, and we had 3 grades. We had a light grade, medium grade, and a heavy duty grade. And the heavy duty was just overkill. It was too much. And then, we were sitting around, and people were like, well, I bet you people would be good with the light grade. I think it'd be fine. And I was like, guys, just remember, like, we're putting our name on this. So if people get this and it fucking breaks, they're not gonna be like, oh, just that sucks. They're gonna be like, Man Sports sucks.
Yeah.
And Man Sports makes shitty stuff. So let's get this heavier duty one. It's going to cost more money, but it's our brand name. It's attached to it. And when people spend money on it, they're going to know that it works like the rest of our stuff works.
Yep.
And that's where you have to go with it.
Exactly. No, that's exactly right. That similar scenario when we opened this latest gym, I was working with an equipment company that helped us source all the equipment. Well, they've got supplier relationships that they need to respect. But at the same time, it's got Hidden Gem's brand on it. And so I'm not going to put something in there that I don't believe in.
Yeah.
Like, that is the last thing. I don't care how much it costs or who gets mad.
Yep.
Like, I can't budge on that. And that was, in my mind, an ethical decision because I'm about to sign all these people up, and they're going to experience Hidden Gem for the first time.
Because they went and looked up Hidden Gem. They saw your Instagram. They saw your page. They might have been at your other gym. And they don't want some B-grade version of that.
No. So, it's the same lessons in every business. But, yeah, doing the right thing is imperative. And it's hard to do every day in and day out. But I think the more that you do, the better you get at it. And that's always like true north for me. When I'm having trouble making a decision, it's like because things get harder. Something's expensive or it might be kind of gray. And you just stop for a second and ask, like, what's the right thing to do here? And usually that will help make the decision.
That rings so true to Greg McCoy. That's awesome. I love that. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week, and we'll see you soon.
Adios.